Sycamore. All right, today's candidate is Sycamore. It is some stuff I got from my neighbor. It had been struck by lightning, so there's some dead in it, but I don't have any sycamore in my woodlot, so I said, sure, I'll come cut it up. Sycamore is a medium light firewood. This has got some funk in it, some punkiness and some dead stuff, but this means I know it'll be seasoned this fall. It's not too punky, and now that I'm going to get it split, it will dry out better. So some of that punk will stop, that rotting. It can be kind of a bear to split. This is splitting pretty nice. It's beautiful too. It's got the flaky bark. This part would be white on a live tree. If you go driving through the country, you see the white stalks of those trees in the wood line. Those are like the pure white ones. Those are sycamore, but they also have this green flaky bark and these big leaves on them. They make huge trees if allowed to grow for a long time. Second in the east only to the tulip poplar. The wood is great for bowls and spoons, but doesn't make the best lumber. You can use it for some crafty stuff. I'm sure they use it to make pallets and particle this and that out of it, but it's got a pretty twisty grain to it. And you just don't see a lot of it used in boarded applications. It is really pretty wood. A lot of color in the heartwood and sapwood. Splitting today with the transfer splitting maul and we got the Tuatai orchids. But I don't cut a lot of this just because it typically is growing down by a creek or up in the woods, so we don't get a lot of fall from this stuff in accessible places like we do hackberry and oak and some other stuff. I mean, this is a pretty small piece and it's been sitting for a while, but it's almost got a the grain can have kind of a see how it's jagged like that? That's what elm does. This one's been bored through some, but if you don't have a straight grain oak or cherry or something like that, it can do this. But this has got a spiral twist to it, and it doesn't really split apart. It just kind of breaks apart. I mean, I guess technically it's the same thing, but you're not gonna get real smooth firewood out of it. But I don't turn it down when I do get my hands on it because it makes really great light wood. Yeah, here's a good example of it. See these right here? That's where it's breaking out of that twist. Instead of this side's a little bit straighter. Elm does that a lot. But I don't get a lot, but I always try to take what I can when I can because it's a light wood, medium light. It's gonna burn like cherry or hackberry or red maple. So that's perfect to get the fire going for shoulder season wood. It's also good if someone wants to buy some easy burning firewood for a fireplace, indoor fireplace. here, if it's anywhere near the ground, it's going to absorb moisture and potentially rot out on you to a degree, especially one like this that's kind of got a little damage to it from the lightning. And I know it was lightning because up the trunk, I don't have any pieces here, but up the trunk there was a spiral that spun around the trunk where woodpeckers had been hammering it, like 2 to 4 inch chunks knocked out. Where lightning had hit it, fragged part of it, and then the bugs got in there and they began to feast. And then the woodpecker came by and got him a bite. Raised a couple litters on sycamore bug grubs, whatever was in there. I don't know what chews on sycamore. I guess any kind of hardwood wood boar that's not species specific, this would be a good candidate. Definitely gotta give it a little bit more oomph than regular stuff. I don't think I can split that one. I'll try. This way. Ooh. Yeah. Now, on a piece like this, where you know it's just going to be a bear, you know, this definitely grows through there. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little knots in between there. You can maybe prop it up and go down the middle. This is one of those, the return is going to diminish. You know, this might just be one that ends up in the bonfire pit because you couldn't split it out into split wood. I missed where I wanted to hit there. I think I might get it though. It's not doing anything. Point messing around with it. Alright, so this is a, I'll show you this real quick too, in case you cut some wood and you gotta, yeah, that's punky. Not all the way rotten, but you hit that with your axe, that can absorb all the shock and not let it go all the way through. I'll try it, because sometimes it works if it's not all the way gone, but a lot of times the axe will just sink right in there. So the way around that is to go to the edges where the wood's still solid. Let's see what happens down the middle. Yeah. All right, so that was total rot. And it sunk all the way in. And that far. Did nothing. Now, I'm trying to go on the outside. Now, normally I would go here, here, here. I think I'm just gonna go closest to me first, because it's right in the middle. That means that there may be some weakness there. Which then again, it may be so tough I gotta go across it. We'll see. Yeah. Okay. A little bit more progress that time. Then now I just hit here till it splits in the front, or till I miss. Around, get a little safer. This side I heard a little. squeaking. It just says there's some movement there. Twist. Almost gone though. All right. I'm gonna let it hold it there. So I worked pretty hard on this one already. See if I can get one here and then one on the other side. Ooh. I think if this was really green, solid, it would probably split a little easier. It's been cut a couple weeks, long enough for the ends to dry out. Of course, sycamore is kind of known to be a twisty wood, so it could just be it. Yeah, there we go. So see how these big chunks and ruts, that's all that twist. And this is rotten. So if you buy a bunch of firewood that's like that, it'll burn if you can get it dry. But that's definitely not premium. It's just fungus growing up through there. This I'll stack in the sun, in the moon, in the rain. Let the summer do its thing. Where I live, which is in Tennessee, if I got it stacked by 1st of May, I pretty much call it seasoned by October. Some stuff I like to have stacked more. Most of back in there has been cut up and stacked since October. But some woods take longer. And I won't sell anything without a disclaimer. Someone's like, hey, I need firewood, and I'll say, well, I've got some, but it's only about 3/4 season. It's on them to buy it or not. Just gonna keep till next year. Sycamore is traditionally used for butcher block wood, and I can see why. Some of these rounds have been out here for a couple weeks and they haven't really cracked any. Usually a round will sit out in the sun for a couple weeks and really crack a lot. Split. Please have it. So this limb would be a good spot for that bigger axe. Birds are in full cry here now. Sycamore. See ya.